So as a precursor to this stream, right before it starts, we're 8 minutes away. What I want to do today is start creating some sort of data manager that we can load and save things, games, whatever with. And also perhaps add a few more features to the Dialog system. For one, when you have, and these really need to be thought out a little better, but if I have a dialog branch or a reply that will give you an item, say it gives you an item, then I need to have you know, at this point, if you've already had that item added from that dialog branch, then it doesn't show. But I want to add another option. Well, we'll look into it here in a minute when the stream actually starts. So anyway, that's just kind of a general overview of what I want to do today. So we'll look into those two items and see how far we get. As the sleeping Cadius continues to doze and dream of mice and milk, that is when we get our programming work done. Indeed. And welcome. We have a minute to go and we'll start it up. I want to get some more songs into the loop, background music and such, and I'll get that done. I discovered that there is a way to, well, I'm using VLC, you know, to do the my music, to play my music and stuff. So, oh, that's cool. I didn't realize it did that. I have to fix that. So, there's a way actually to set up VLC so that you can get what it's currently playing, and it can spin up a web server, and then you can query that web server to get information on the track that's playing. It's pretty neat. So I started looking at that today, and I have a little chunk of code to do at least the initial page grab, but then the goal will be to grab that every few seconds and then stick it into a file that Open Broadcast Studio can read, so that when you're playing a song or whatever, you get the information. And that way, some of the songs that I need to provide would need to provide artist attribution credit, so to speak. I can do that and I could play them. I think at least that's my understanding. So let's get started, shall we? Let me show you what I mean about the dialogue system. So if I have, for example, say our good old player here goes up to this man. Well, we call him an old man, but whatever. So he says no thanks. Well, the old man will give him a potion, as we know. Then if we talk to him again, we don't have that option anymore, which is fine. That's good. It's what we wanted. But I do want that option. I just want it to be a different response. So all we have to do in order to do that, which is nice the way that we have this JSON set up in a way, is, as you can see, I've added it right here, so we can check to see if there is a has item reply for that item. So we just need to go into the dialog. We can come down here where we filter those choices. Of course, we'll have to find that. Where do we filter the choices? There they are. So we're in process. Okay, so let's say this. I'm going to make a comment that says filter the choices so that any that, well, we'll just say filter the choices as required, needed, / required. Yeah, that's a really nice comment, isn't it? So yeah, so if the choice hasn't been made, then we add it to the filtered choices. Or we also can say elif choice.has what did we call it? Has item reply. Let's do this instead. Reply has item. I know it's a little weird looking, but it kind of categorizes it a little bit better, in my opinion. So then we'll, if it has, well, you know what? We can't. That's true. That doesn't work, does it? If we push it, then it gets this, and in our choices dialog, we're looking for reply. Is that all we're looking for in choices? Choice dialog? I do not remember. I do not require. Do we have a conditional dialog choice? Actually, I think we're looking at...
Sorry, I don't know that one.
I'm not sure how Alexa thought that was... Cancel. That was not her name, but whatever. It comes, yeah, that's right. It comes back here. So it comes back here. So then let's just do this. I think. If the choice hasn't been made, or that choice has a reply has item key entry. So then we would want to do this. We would want to come down here and say if has choice been made, and that just ends up being result here. And choice has the key, reply has item. Then we will show choice reply has item. And then we'll do this and we'll say elif. So and we'll say first we'll ask the question, has this choice been made? If so, does it have an alternate reply That makes sense, right? Let's see what we got.
See what we got. Let's see if this actually works.
We'll speak to him, get the potion, and we'll speak to him again, and it's still here, and let's see if he says... That works. Wait, what did I just see there? Did you see that? Oh, yes. Yep. Well, I bet. Wait. I bet it didn't work. Yeah, see, I got 3 of them. Well, credit. Where do we give him the potions? Right here. And then where do we set save choice? Where do we set that? Because we gotta we should say and not has choice been made. Where did we grab the choice name? Where are we saving the choice name? Or are we? Yeah, under conversation info. And now I don't remember where I was. There I am. So we'll go conversation info choice. We could do the same thing for remove item as well. Let's check this and make sure that it actually works. This should work. So let's say no thanks. He gives us a potion. Let's look in our inventory. There it is. I'll say no thanks again. Well, I've already, and we'll watch and make sure that a potion doesn't flash right here. And it doesn't. So that works. Something else that we don't want, that we'll have to fix, is the fact that watch right here, you'll see a potion flash because we do wait. Or no, it didn't flash. Okay, good. There wasn't, because I saw that before. So that seems to be working. And I don't like this name. Conversation info of choice. I want to call it something more better. So let's go into Dialog, which is where it is. We'll look for these. There are a few of them. So there's 3 to be specific. Let's say, because for conversation info choice, name sounds better to me. So there we go. Yeah, I like that much better. So back to Godot. So you only get an item once. I can see times when you would want an item more than once, but you would have to give him something. So that would be a choice. So sort of a dialog that resets itself. I think what we should do here is, let's see, was there anything, let me think, is there anything else that I really wanted to add? What I think probably is the best thing to do here is to say that we're good for now until we get something, figure out something else that we need. There is one I can think of, and that is we may not want to start all the time. See, this is just a test to prove that this is working. Let's add another dialog branch here, and we will say we might check up north. We could do an additional, so that would say to save where we are in the conversation. So you could say branch to here. So let's just explore this. Another clue. It's fussing at me because I don't have a comma. And then when we hit this save, okay, all right, let's get our heads around this. When we come in, we have these dialog updates. Now, I am not even sure, I don't even think now that, yeah. So let's do dialog updates. Dialog updates. Has, let's say, current branch name. So if the dialog updates has a current branch name, of course, the dialog updates is going to require us to, yeah, this right here. We don't need to print that anymore. So we need this. So we want to know, let's just do this. Let's call it func get starting branch name. And do we set the person? We do here. I'm not sure why we set it all the way down here. Let's set that somewhere right in here. We'll go back down here. So we'll have a key equals key is this plus let's call it the saved branch name. So then we can say if dialog updates has this key, return dialog otherwise, we will just return start. Yeah? So we need to go back up here because we got an issue. We have the issue here. So what we want to do here is we need to get the branch name, and for that we'll just get the starting branch name, and that will use the current. So that means this gets removed, and that is called, I believe, in the manager conversation. Although no, let's do this. That doesn't make sense. Let's go ahead and have a branch name. We'll set it to nothing. So this is what we'll do. This makes sense to me. So if we don't specify a branch name, which we won't when we come in initially, we will need to specify a branch name sometimes. So if we don't specify a branch name, if a branch name is not specified, then get a saved one. It exists. Yeah, man, that should be the correct thing. And then for our conversation, when we converse here, that's going to be here. We can do this. So we'll make this be empty. Now let's do this. We'll go back to conversation. So we need to save that. Whenever we get a conversation branch that we want to save, that's going to be up here. But let's go back down here. So we have these little helper functions. Get starting branch name. and we just want to turn this into save starting branch name, then we will say this, and we'll stick that in dialog updates. Again, dialog updates will be that's the saved and loaded portion. That'll be our piece that persists. And then we'll just set that equal to whatever the branch name is that we wanted to save/load. So let's go up here. Then when we get into the conversation, we'll check that branch. Here we go. So we can say, see if we should save what branch we are on. So we'll say if current branch has right here, we'll go ahead and do the full check, which is we'll see if it has that save key and current branch save equals true. If it does, then we will save that starting branch name. And the starting branch name is simply branch name. Now, this will be interesting to see if it actually works. Let's go try. This is something I think that we need. You don't want to have the guy starting from the same conversation thread all the time, so we'll look into that. Okay, that probably wasn't saved first. Yeah, see right here? This needs to come up here, just like that. We've got to set that first. Wait a minute, or, hold on. Let's just do that. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll take this back down. So we won't rely on the conversation info there. We will just say that. So we'll go talk to him. We'll say yes please, and he should branch to help. And if I talk to him again, he should give us that extra hint. And that didn't work. I know why. Because we are simply showing that there isn't a conversation here. Where is it? We're using just the plain old show up here, I believe. Right here. See, if choice has a reply, just show that reply. Wait. No. Next branch. We're looking for the next branch. Which we should have already seen. We do go into this. Let's check. So this is just simply so that we can we can go from one branch to another, and we can save our progress so that the player doesn't have to return to a branch that he's already utilized. Say yes, please. Oh. Oh. We are... So we have branched here. Let's do this. Just to make sure that we are actually coming into this function. So we should be able to see what's going on down there. Current branch. Yeah, that makes sense. Current branch help. And then we leave because again, it's just this is what's happening somewhere. We're doing this. We should be doing this conversation. We'll print this here. Okay. Let's take a look. See where I figured we'd be here. Then we'll get to saving after we get this done. With our current branches start, which is exactly where we should be now, and then help. I know, okay. So it's when we are in process and we are So do I even need that? That may just be extraneous code right there.
Extraneous code. Code that is extra and not utilized for any particular purpose.
Wait. Wait. Stop. Let me go grab the sword. This may be what we want, but we'll see. So, here. I don't think we need this. What's happening is right. This choice is in a branch 2. We need to support a branch 2. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we don't support a branch 2 in... Let's support a branch 2 from outside of the choices. So if our current choice, or if our current branch has a branch 2, we should go to that. And do we have a current? So we're grabbing the current branch here. So I suppose we could come down here and say if the current branch has, I really should type correctly, has a branch 2 key, then we could say next branch equals see, how would we do that? Yeah, it's just a name. Just a name. So then we would just say current branch of branch 2. Like so. And I forgot my colon. So we need a colonic cleaning here to clean this colon. And of course, that stinking parenthesis there. Parent. A parent. Okay, we should say yes please, and then he should say what do you like help with? Well, did whoops. This is way too many colon for one stream. Indeed. Indeed. There it is. And look, saved another clue. So then, if we go back and talk to him, so that did work. Let's qualify this. This allows us to specify switch branches even when no choices are given. How about that? Makes sense, hopefully. So let's give him a couple of choices here. What would you like help with? And then we can do a branch from that. So we'll say, I need something. So then we would branch to another clue. Something, you say. Well, let me think. So now we'll see if our dialogue is working as we would like for it to. So we'll say yes. And he'll say, what would you like help with? And I spelled it wrong. Let's give him another choice. Give him one more choice. It's just too much fun. Nothing, I guess. No branches. Oh. Okay then. What might also be good is to be able to do that too. Oh, does that throw a wrench into everything? So if you have a choice, if you're in a choice, let's check that. We would say, so I think we should be able to do that too. Maybe not, but we're gonna sketch it out. So if this choice has a save key and choice save equals true, then save the starting branch name. So it's a new starting branch we're doing. And it's going to be conversation info of branch. That's our current set of information. All right. So let me put this over here on the left and our good thing on the right here. So we'll run through this. We want to get to here, so that's easy enough. We say yes please, and then he will say what would you like help with. I'll give 2 choices. And if I say nothing, I guess, then it should save the starting branch as help. So say nothing. And if I go back, yes, it works. Good. So he says, I need something. Then you branch to another clue, and then he saves that. Something, you say? Well, let me think. You might check up north. So now if I say, he says you might check up north. I do like it. This is somewhat of a an interesting system. Not a meticulously designed one, but more of an organic system, if you will. And what we might want to do here is do an enum so that we can I do an enum? Would that work? Or maybe I don't want an enum. Let's try that. So if we have enum, let's do, so these are just keys. So we just say person. So can I can't. I need to make it something different. So will that work? I think that looks well, I don't know. Yes. Yes. Yes, that works. How does that work? Oh, right, yeah, right. We're just using... I'd much rather have an enum full of that stuff. Well, let's try that. Let's do this. Info person. This is just for the... This is for the dialogue. Or the conversation info. So we have info person, we have info... I want to make this a little more clear, so that's what I'm doing. Person, branch, I guess. So then we would have something like this. Info branch. So anywhere we have a conversation info. See, here's an info person. And that's a... We'll make this later, so it's a choice name. And there's the person again. The usefulness of this could be debated, but it does help if you want to change the names of these things. Later. We'll go ahead and change that one too. So what we need is, and I see that there is an inconsistency there, which we'll fix in a minute. We have info person info branch and then choice name. And then we can just summarily rename this to info choice name. Replace them all. Run. I'm sorry, not info name, info person. Info name to info person. Replace. Okay. We've got this breakpoint still here. Conversation info. So what do these look like now? Key is 0, key is 1. Yeah, that's fine. So the enum is simply just basically becomes it's keyed by integers now. But that's good. That's perfectly fine. That works for me. And I think that's fine. Make sure I got all of them. It looks as though we have. So these are for the conversation info dictionary. My other question is, and we can get rid of that print, and this current branch, I'll comment it out. What would be better than this? And maybe no, I don't want to add a bookmark. Dictionary. We have these unique keys. Question is, can we do? Look at that. Oh, yes we can. That's what I want. So I want to refer to him that way. Well, good evening, my good man. How are you? So instead of doing these, because this is just, ugh, that's yucky. We can just do this. That feels a lot better. So we can get rid of all these little dealios. Too bad there's not a... Oh, wait. We don't have to do it here. We can actually do a regex in... Yeah. So VS Code will let you do a regex. Regular expression, if you will. So what are we looking for? We're looking for regular expression. So we're gonna refactor this real quick. Right, we got to have a slash, and then we want a, yep, as you can see, and then we want to capture this. Come on now, we want to capture this, any kind of word, another quote, and then closing. We want to turn that into a dot. $1. So watch the magic right here. Pow. Pow. See how much nicer that is? Yeah, I like that. Just came home from work. Yesterday you said it started around 12 a.m., but what time zone? Oh, yes. 12 p.m. Sorry. Well, p.m. here. Let's see. What did I say? 12 Let me do the conversion real quick. I'll let Google do it. I'll do it to GMT. It says where I am, it would be 4 p.m. GMT. Or should I use what's the other one? UTC? Should I do UTC? Or GMT, either one. So yeah. Yeah, it'd be 4 p.m. 4 p.m. GMT. But I really started around 4:15 p.m. GMT. Just in case anybody else is watching this, we'll say 4 p.m. GMT. I'll just go ahead and stick that in the chat if anybody watches a recording back. Okay. So we did a nice little refactor there. Let's see if I hopefully didn't break anything. We'll see. If I didn't, we can go on to saving. We'll just go on ahead and look at the saving stuff. Yes, please. Nothing, and then... Oh no! The branch name... Ah, it's around 7 p.m. for me then. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Ooh, you know what I could do? Okay, yeah. All right. So I got to figure out what I got wrong here in this conversion. We've messed a few things up, yes? Let's see, what is Cadius doing? Ah, he's sleeping. What else would he be doing? Let me check here. Okay, that saved the wrong thing. We don't want to save. Yeah, this should be info. The branch, not the person. Yes. That's what was wrong. Cat is still paused. I can, I can unpause him briefly. But he'll repause. Unpaused. And then he will slowly sink back down. He sleeps more than... No, he sleeps a lot. He just doesn't sleep as much at night. Whenever I want to go to bed. There he goes. He's repausing now. Yes, please. What would you like? Ah, nothing. And then talk to him again. What would you like help with? Something you say? Well, let me think. You might check up north. And then we should see you might check up north. Okay. I think that looks good to me. what might be kind of nice. I will. Okay. He rolls up into a ball when he sleeps. It's really funny. Well, I would. Maybe I should just stop. I don't with the dialogue stuff. I'm thinking that if he gives you this clue. And you find what he's talking about, he should go to a different thread. So we just keep adding more stuff, but something like this. I know, this is really bad, isn't it? So if you have a sword and I just have a colon or something to separate it, you branch to like another has sword. You found the sword. Excellent. And then maybe he would go somewhere else, but we could say here, we could just say save. Just save the conversation here for now. I really kind of feel weird about, I don't know, kind of feel bad about doing this, but gosh, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? I think. So if you have certain things, maybe it's not a good idea. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's say conversation. So here's our conversation, current branch. So then we could say if current branch dot has, say, a conditional branch to, and that'll be a key. And let's see, how do I split a string in Godot or GD script? I think it's just like some kind of split or something. String. Let's check it. Let's check it and see. String should be like a split function. Here it is. Stop the highlighting, please. No highlighting. No more highlighting. Splits a string by a divisor string and returns an array of the substrings. So I just want to call split. Indeed. So if that, then we say, I can't do this, can I? And then I would say current, that'd be cool, branch dot conditional branch to dot split, or no, sorry. It would be split no, I'm wrong. It would be this dot split and the colon, and we would say false to allow empty max split. For now, let's say max split is 2. And we'll say ops like that. And so we'll explain opt0 is the required inventory item. This feels like we're making another programming language, or like another domain-specific language, doesn't it? It's exciting. It's oh so exciting. So we want to know if he has that in his inventory, and there is. We've done some of this. I can hear the cat breathing. It's really funny. Where are we checking the inventory? I guess we don't here. I can... Alright, that's fine. I can check it anyway. We can do this. So we would say if the inventory has, if we have this item, then our current branch will be instead so opt1 is the branch to jump to if the inventory item is found. All right. I see what happens. We can check and see. Uh-oh. No dialog tree found for old man. What happened? Is it? Oh look. There's an error in the tree, of course. Of course there is. Right here. No comma. My fault. Okay. Now after this we'll go to some saving. Okay, there's the clue, and it's saved on the clue, and if we get the sword... Maybe kill me some crabs, because it's fun. And we'll go talk to him, and he should say, "Ah, you found the sword! Excellent!" So that worked. It's exact... I spelled excellent wrong. Excellent! Alright. Excellent. Okay. I think we'll leave the dialogue stuff alone for now. We have some interesting stuff. I probably need to document some of this because it's going to get probably fairly complicated. This checks to see if the player has an inventory item and goes to the specified branch if the item is found in the inventory. How about that? So now let's create some sort of data manager, and This will be a singleton too. We have a regular manager, and I don't think I want to add more stuff to him. I think he's managing just general things. I think we need just another class. And I'm sitting here thinking, do we actually need? Can we not have just a static? Let's try that. I think we can. Let's make a file, new. I don't think it has to inherit from anything. I don't think it has to inherit from anything. Could be wrong. Let's say empty. And the path will be scripts. And let's just call it data. Data. Oh, look at that. It's not going to let me unless I inherit from something. Really? Can I not create... Well, do I have to inherit from something? Thought I could just create a... Alright, whatever. Extends node. So we could have a constant for where we save this stuff. So we could have what's called save path. And if we wanted to have slots, we could do something like res. Now, I don't actually, let me look at the GD script formatting stuff, because we'll make this into like a formatting string. And we can just pass a number into it and it will change the file name. I was already there, wasn't I? Let's see. Formatted GD script. This here. That's what I want. Yeah, we want okay. So I want that %d. So we could say save path. So we want to save it in the resources. Well, for now, I mean, we would end up saving in, I think it's called user or user / playa. And then we'd say %d dot data. So that would be our save path. But for now, let's save it in the resources directory directly. So now that's a question. Can this, well, we'll check. Static, we'll make a static function. And if you haven't seen a static function, I didn't know they existed until about an hour ago either. All it is it just can't access any member variables. Now, I don't know if that includes static or static member variables are not allowed. We should be able to access a constant though, I would think. See, it's just declared static. When a function is static, it has no access to the instance member variables or self, which is fine because we don't care about that. Static function, let's say save, and let's just say object. Oh, and we need slot. So what slot are we gonna, we'll call it a slot. So the slot where object is a dictionary slot is an integer number. So we can say file equals file.new, and we can say file I want to, how do I specify the path? So for the file class, how do we utilize it? That's all. Store, open. We'll probably want to do some sort of encrypted thing. Most likely. This is what I want. Yeah, open. So we'll open our file, which will be save path. And we'll say we want to add the slot in there. And then we'll say I'm not sure what the constants are. Oh, I know. It's file.write. That's why we want to write it, right? And then we can just say file.store variable, or is that variant? I think it's probably variant. I could just look it up in here, couldn't I? Yeah, it's a variant, just a value of any type, which is what we want. And we'll store that object. Let's just call it data. Because that's really what it is, right? Data. And then we can just say file.close. Now, yeah, we're not using it right now, but I shouldn't have to attach it to anything. I don't think. Shouldn't even have to be running around attached to a node of any type, because it's just a utility class. It doesn't really need to be alive all the time. It doesn't have any state. So we say load, and we need to give it a slot. So we're going to do the same here, and we'll, instead of here, we'll do read, and we'll say file.load, or get, I'm sorry, it'd be get variant, like so. And that would be our data. And does that get us, what does it get us? Does it get us an actual, will it bring us a dictionary? Returns the next variant value from the file. Let's print that. Let's print it in JSON format. So say json.data or json.print. Data. Number one, data. Make it so. File.close. Just another check on the cat. Nope, hasn't moved. Okay. so let's add a function, and we'll call it save. And we'll pay slot. So now let's think about what we want to save, eh? Yeah, you got that reference. We want to save the dialog updates. And we want to save the player inventory. Right, so we can say, we'll just call it save data. We're gonna concatenate all this stuff together. So save data equals, then we can say save data dot inventory equals player dot inventory. Then we can say save data dot dialog updates equals UI dialog dot dialog updates, and then we can say data dot save data slot. So let's go on and do a load function also, eh? We'll need to put in error correction, error detection, all that. Well, error detection, so that if we don't have a file, well, we can deal with all that stuff. But for now, we're just trying to make sure that all this functionality works correctly. So we never did return that data. Return the data from the load. So back to here, we'll say data.load slot. So we'll just say var loaded data equals this, and we can say UI dialog dot dialog updates equals loaded data dot dialog updates. And we can say player dot inventory. I don't know if this will work, but we'll try it. Equals loaded data dot inventory. Right. Now we haven't called those yet, but I'm just going to run it and make sure nothing really bad happens. Of course, of course. So surely we don't. Okay. So how do you handle then GDScript utility classes? Let's just call it that and see if anybody has any kind of. Ah, okay. Preload it where I need it. Really, the only place I need it is here in the manager for now. So let's just do that. So we will load it here, and we'll call it data, and we'll say, go ahead and give it the path. I believe that's correct. Really, can't preload resource at path. Did I get that wrong? Oh, I didn't. Oh, no. Oh yeah, I did, because it's not under there. It's under. It's right here. And I'm going to try this little thing. Copy path. Paste it. It likes it now. It's happy with me. Okay, so everything seemed to load okay. So now let's make, let's go back here. Let's make this will become a part of a dialog later. Let's just make some temporary keys. We do have select and accept though. We could just use those. Let's use home and end. So if we press home, so we'll say if input.is action just pressed UI home, then manager dot save. Let's save it in slot 0. And these are temporary, so I'm just gonna pop them up here real quick. They will not stay here. UI end will do attempt to do a load. And of course that's going to be really weird because we don't have any, you know, the player is probably going to need to go through and look at the inventory and rejigger all the inventory stuff and communicate that to the slots and all that. So we're just, we got a bunch of stuff to do, but we're kind of trying to get the basics out of the way. So let's F5 it. And we'll make a few choices here. Well, let's pick up this. And yes, I did notice that additional stutter there. I'll have to figure that out, why it did that. So I want to say yes please, and I'll say I need something, and then so that's the dialog that we want to see. So I'm going to push home to save it, hopefully. Oh my goodness, that's the disadvantage of having the dynamic languages. A dynamic language, you don't get that compiler time check. Try this again. Yes please. So I just want to, so I want him to save that. We have nothing inventory now. We'll grab this potion. You see that an additional weight there. We'll fix that later. Now I want to try to push home. So I'm going to save it. I did push home, right? I'm not seeing it. Our let's do this. Let's do a bit of a print here and show where our save path is, eh? Because it should be right in here. Oh no, I see it. I see it. I can see it on the file system. See? There it is. So we have it, and it's correct. And we could even do slot like that. I like that format better. I'm going to delete it. So let's say saving to, and then we'll do this. Let's not call it save path either. Let's call it data path. Data. There we are. Loading from. Also, the other thing we're going to have to consider is the fact that when he picks things up, those things do not need to be there when he saves. So we got to have to save. We'll have to somehow figure out how to save the fact that those items are gone. So haven't worked that out yet, but this is the beginning, of course. So let's do this again. I'm going to grab this potion. And we'll have to fix that, because as soon as he goes down, they should start moving again. That's probably a result of what we were doing yesterday. Say yes, please, and then we'll just, so he should have said that when we, so I'm going to save it, and you see that, saving to, and I think that's, is that a binary data format? I'm going to drag this over and check it. Yes, it is. I have a hex viewer we could look at. So there you go. You can see it's interesting. Oh wow, it saved. It saved the whole inventory, which is not what we want. Since we had made that a custom class. Turns out that little guy's handy, huh? So, let's go fix that. So let me look in the inventory. Well, actually, it's an observable dictionary. And this is really what we want to save. So instead of this, we want to do that. And we want to say that also. And that might we may need to have a function call like set data. And then we would need to iterate through all the key. We would need to first, yeah. We could say GD script dictionary iterate through. I think you just use the keys. There's a keys thing. Yeah, it's right here. Dictionary.values. So then we could say if the current data set, that's underscore data dot size greater than 0. And it's debatable as to whether or not we need to do this, but we can always comment it out. So we're just gonna go with it. So we could say full item in data dot values. No, we need both. We need both. We need the keys and the values. And he's complaining because I'm going into C# and C++ mode there. Data dot keys. Yeah. So we should make this key. So then we want to say set the reason we want to do this is so we get this signal. So we're just going to clear out everything in the inventory and then do the same thing with the new data. We may not need to do this. We probably don't need to. I could see when we might need to do this, but we're just going to stick it in here for now. So we'll set the key and data of the key, just so that we can get those emitted signals. Then we will say data dot clear. So we get rid of everything. And then we're going to say data equals data, which really I think that's fine. I don't think we don't need to do that. As long as that is still a dictionary, we should be fine. So then we can do this again. We'd set this to 0. Basically, because we're getting rid of everything. Then we do this again, so that we would reset. So it's just, actually, why don't we just do this? This makes more sense, sort of. So we'll clear the data, and then we'll just set all the keys. And then, yeah, we just want that signal for every single key. So then, when we load here, we would say player.inventory.set data. And it would be this. So this resets the internal data to the new data and emits the proper signals. Yeah? There'll be other things we'll have to deal with, but see what happens. So first, let's go back in, and since we're actually setting on the data now, let me grab this potion. We'll speak to our friend up here. So now there, and we'll hit home, and we've saved. Well, here's what I have in the data. We have, this looks like the dialog updates. Old man, saved branch name. Another clue, which is where we are in the dialog. That's saved correctly. Let's do a break right here. I'm going to go at least just grab one potion. So we should have a potion in that data. And then we'll do the save and go into the player inventory. Now let's look at the save data. Save data should have, it only has one, yeah, it has one thing in the dictionary, which should be the inventory, and that's a dictionary that has one potion in it. So did I miss something then? Here, let's let it continue, and then let me pull open this again, and I see absolutely zilch. Okay. Additionally, I should be able to push end, and it should try to load. And it did. See, look there. Of the right. That's really strange. That's what it's showing. Wait a minute. Maybe I've got... Close that file. Okay, there we go. Inventory and dialog updates. So it's there. Yeah, it's there. Cool. So let's continue with our experiment. So I have a potion. And let's go talk to him, say yes please, and let's see if we can get that dialog to save. So I'm going to push F or home, so we've just saved it. I'm going to exit. And we can additionally check that and see that we have a potion in our inventory. And our dialog updates, we have the old man, and we have a saved branch that we were supposed to return to, which is another clue. Yes? Yes. So then let's restart the game. Verify we have nothing in our inventory. I'm going to hit the end button to load. And now let's look at our inventory, and we have a potion. Oh, baby! Let's talk to the old man. And there it is. Wow, that was remarkably painless. We need to also save what's in the quick slots. So we need that information as well. So then all we should have to have is the following. To add to our data, we could say save data.left quick slot equals. And now does our quick slot have a way to get that? I don't remember. Let's check. Shall we? Yeah, it does. The item ID. So let's grab that item ID from the quick slot equals UI dot or UI. It's UI HUD. Is that correct? Yeah. Correct. So we got that. We need the one for the right. So that's going to be save data dot right quick slot. So again, that dot allows us, it just creates a string with that. Kind of like Lua. Lovely. And then we just need an item. We need to grab the item ID from that. And then all we need to do here is when we reload everything, we say set left. So that quick slot. And then we should be able to say that. Set right. Right quick slot. And this needs to be, so we want to get the quantity that we set in those. Let's see what happens, eh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's loaded data here. I copied from above, didn't I? Just like that. So let's talk to this feller. So there's a sword up north. Let's grab this potion. Let's set it to the right quick slot. And let's go up here, grab another potion. We have 2 of them now. And we'll come and grab the sword. And we'll set, it should automatically get set here. Then we'll do home to save. So that's what our inventory should look like. We'll exit. Reload the game. But let's check out what it looks like here. We have inventory potion. And I bet that that's the 2 indicator that says we have 2 potions. Sword. And there's a 1 right there. Dialog updates. We're here. There's the left quick slot sword, right quick slot potion. So if we push end, we have all our stuff back, and he should say, "Ah, you found sword." Excellent. Sounds like English is his second language. Let's fix. I know it's not important, but let's fix that. You found a sword. It's not much, but it should suffice for now. Okay, so that's a success.
Yay, we got some save game stuff working.
That's good. But here's an issue. Here is an issue. Now, we're not going to allow the player to just load a game probably right in the middle of a scene like this. If you notice, we have 2 potions. There's another potion down here, and while our friend here, he's good, that's correct, but this sword should be gone. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, no, don't fix it. His accent was everything he had left from his home country. I guess, yeah, I should, let's see, where did it go? I could say, like that, and then we could come back in. We could reload and say,
"Ah, you found sword. It's not much, but it should suffice for now."
Yeah, that works. That works for me. We could make this sort of a more oriental kind of adventure, I guess. So cool, man. The save system is coming along, but what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to place any of these items where I want them. And I probably want something. If we're able to drop items and pick up items and destroy items, there has to be, it is all better, isn't it? There has to be a way to tell if this potion is gone. If this potion is gone. By the way, you see this is pretty cool. This was an update that they've done. It's one of the latest updates on Godot. Actually, it was this today. They've removed the giant rectangles whenever they're big selection rectangles, and now you can mouse over it and you can kind of see some of the stuff that makes up this particular object. I thought that was kind of neat. So you got the NPC, you've got a trigger and a kinematic body 2D. And if we open him up, we would see that, you know, partial pieces of his. See, that's a better view. Anyway, thought that was neat. The child selection stuff still doesn't work. So if I was to come up here and do that, and then click, it seems to work, but I can do that. So still not quite there on the child selection. It got broken, I think, after a 3.0 or somewhere around there. But what's interesting is, after the last patch that has all this other cool stuff in it, you can say, don't only select the root. If you drag select, then it will only select the root. It won't select the children. So they're still working on making that work again. I've looked into it, but I couldn't figure it out. Okay. It is, isn't it? It is pretty neat. Look at that. See? You see all of the stuff that he's made up of. Yeah, that's right. I missed. Yeah, there's the NPC, so you can see what his tree looks like. And I went into the wrong guy. There, so there it is. So sprite, trigger, kinematic, body, 2D, collision shape. So, yeah, it's kind of handy. I think it mainly shows the pieces that are visible or whatever, or can collide or whatever. Yeah, you should try it. Download the new version. Well, this is built from source, so you want to build it from source. Yeah, because it's the latest. Well, it's the latest of about 2 hours ago. I like to be on the bleeding edge, you know. So then the question becomes, how do we take care of both adding and removing these items from the world? Yeah. Well, actually, wait. There is... Oh, it's on... Wait. If you wanted to check it out, there is a place... I think it's Godot Engine Free Open Source FOSS Hub, I believe is what it's called, isn't it? No... Or is it Fixnum? Godot Engine... Latest builds... Yeah. I don't know if he's got... Oh, look at that. That's not very... May 18th. Okay, never mind. This apparently hasn't been kept up to date. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, never mind. Okay. They used to keep up... You could have a var for each item saying if it was picked up. I was thinking I could do that. I was thinking that well, let's try something. There is a where's the potion? Or does the potion just... Oh, where's that? He's not in the right place. He's in the... Oh my goodness. That is not where he's supposed to be. He is supposed to be in interactions. What? Did I break something? Just a real quick check. Each time it's picked up, you add it to the group. I could add it to a group, couldn't I? I do want to know when a specific one, where a specific one is. So if he's been picked up, I need to save that he's gone. So I was kind of thinking of having... That would probably be a couple of additional... A couple of additional databases, or I could just have one, really. So I could have var, call it world items, and in world items you could have a deleted, and then some I don't know what the other key would be, but just added, I guess, or positions or something like that. So it would know whether or not an object was supposed to be around still or not. I'm going to comment that out just briefly, but what I was looking for the potion for was I wanted to see there is a callback called no, I can't ever remember what it is. I think it's an object. No, it's in Node. It's under Node. So this, enter tree. So if, let's try this real quick. I just want to see if this runs. I think this runs in the editor. So I'm going to stick this in Potion. And then we'll go to the game, 2D view. And we'll grab a potion, drag it in. And it didn't. Okay, so I guess when yeah, I'm placed. Okay, so it's when it enters the tree there. It's not in the editor. Probably would I'd probably have to make a tool of some sort. But what I was thinking, look, that one's gone because it's from somewhere else. It probably was the potion before, whenever it existed somewhere, and the other place. I closed that too soon, didn't I? Yeah, I guess it doesn't have anything, because what I was wanting was basically I wanted this. What I was thinking about doing was assigning a unique identifier to each of these items. And that would really be I think that would be the way to do it, I think, because if I have, say, these two potions right here, and I start out and load this scene up, and then I load information about what's happened to those two potions, I need to know if those potions are supposed to be there or not. If they're supposed to be either, number one, in a different place, or if they're supposed to be gone, so they've been deleted. And then, so that should be done probably by the game manager, or by the item itself. Should maybe query once it gets in the tree, and just deletes itself. That may not be the best way to do it, but that's kind of what I was thinking. But the fact that the fact that doesn't work is kind of crummy, because, as I said, it would be nice to just have it have a unique value assigned every time one of these comes into play. And actually, during the game, this would work. So we could have some additional stuff in here. We could say static get a universally unique identifier, and just say that. And I want something like Or I guess we could say random bytes. We could say num bytes. And we could say bytes equals a new array. We will return that array. And then we could append, I believe it's rand, is that right? Rand. Actually, I want rand I. That's what I want right there. Steal that. But since we're doing bytes, it would be 0 to 255. It would say for I in range of num bytes. So we could get our bytes that way. You just get a stream of random bytes. Are they guaranteed to be unique? I don't know, but there may be some OS functions that we could use to get some random time or something like that, maybe. Oh, look at this. Get unique ID. Returns a string that's unique to the device. Cool. Didn't know that was there. It's not what we want. You know, we might could use this. Well, yeah, except that I want a unique ID for every single object. Now, if I had, this definitely would come in handy for some kind of network thing or something like that. I need to generate a unique identifier for each object. At least the way I could be completely wrong, but that's what I'm thinking right now. But I can take this. Is this what you're talking about? I could take this and use that. I could store the unique ID in a database, but it would be the same for a particular computer. So if I got it from my computer, it would be just be the same. I want a unique identifier that's basically like a GUID. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see, data. So it would be nice to incorporate this into the globally unique identifier. And what we could do is, I believe, can't you say randomize? And does it not let you seed it? Random number based on time. Maybe that's all. Well, I think that, yeah, you can set the seed for the random number generator. Maybe I don't need to worry about that. Maybe just doing this will be good enough. So I've already well, we can go ahead and randomize here. I guess we could just reset. Just have to remember that's in there in case I ever want to use that again. And there we are. So if we wanted a globally unique identifier, so we could utilize X. So if I got some random bytes, let's say I got crazy and got 24 of them. Let's just go down to 8 for now. And I could do something like this, perhaps. It's real simple. I'm not sure. And then we'd have something like, let's see, let's go check the, format strings. So I want a hexadecimal. Of placeholder modifiers. Padding. Like this. So if I do %02 X, just a test. Crazy looking, isn't it? So let's mess around here. Let's try that. And we'll put it in here. And just for fun, every time we save, say data.get UUID. So we'll print it out just to see what it looks like. Oh, that would be better, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't want to print that all the time. So if I press home, not enough arguments for format string. Did I do that wrong? Oh, I have to. Do I have to put it? I have to put it in an array, don't I? Like this looking thing? Let's check and make sure that I'm doing that right. Yeah, see? That's what I messed up. I believe. Reload, please. There it is. They look pretty random to me. Yeah? And for that matter, can't I just do this? That should work. Yeah, look at it. I can make it as big or as small as I want. So we could do... So if we did something ridiculous like 16 bytes, that's pretty crazy, man. We could do that. That's huge. I highly doubt that any of those are going to be colliding with anyone, eh? We could make it more readable. Let's see, what does a GUID look like, and how big is it? That's kind of a nice thing to ascribe towards, isn't it? A quick glide to GUIDs. Okay, so here we are, 128 bits long. How many groups does he have here? How many bytes? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4, and then he has a dash. I don't want it to look like a, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put a dash here. And then 2 and 2. Maybe we just do that. 2, 2. 128 bits. That would be 16. Sorry about that instrument. I may or may not be playing at the same time. Yes. Yes. Why not? Entertain yourself in 2 ways. Learn and have fun. Perhaps a little gaming to ease the mind some after you get off work or whatever. It's a nice thing to do. Some Fortnite or whatever. I've never played it. I've never played Fortnite. Never played, what is it? PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Looks really cool. I've watched some streams on it. Haven't played it. Looks neat. So we got 2, 2, 2, 2, and another 2. So then that would look more like, a GUID then, right? That's really looking like a GUID, big time. Yep. All right. Is there anything? Yeah, see, look, it just told me right here. Derp 84412. That's what we have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're looking at provide a GUID-like number. Just put that. That should be sufficient for us. And we could really just do a counter if I wanted to keep up with the accounting. Yeah. Do I want to read all this? No. I don't. I think this will work. I think it'll work well enough. So we're just getting some random bytes. And then we're just shoving them together in this GUID-like format. Produce. Since I'm doing it like this, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not? Not even sure that we need this function. I'll leave it like that now, though, for now, just in case we ever need it for something else. Okay, so we can remove this. Now what we need is some sort of tool, and I have this grid drawer tool. I don't know if I haven't ever talked about this. It is a tool and it extends node 2D, and what it does is, you see this grid, it's just drawing that grid. That's all it's doing. So it's run during the editor. It's running while the editor runs. That's all it is. It's like an editor script in Unity. So we may need to go look into those, and basically what I want to try to do is anytime, let's see, Godot engine tool scripts. Anytime a particular type of object is placed, I want to go in and make a GUID for it. Oh yes, just to be sure that I understand what you were doing, you generate a GUID number for each item when they are loaded for the first time. That's the idea, yes. I just came up, or we just did that, those couple of little chunks of code there in the data class. Random bytes, and then I'm formatting it to look like a GUID. I don't have to do that. I could remove these. But the idea is you get 16 randomized bytes, and it should be plenty enough to not collide. So yes, whenever I put one of those, when I instantiate one of these things in the scene for the first time, it should come in here and try to grab a GUID. That's the idea. And so then what we would do with that would be this following thing. Anything that can be picked up should have a universally unique, we'll call it a UUID. A UUID. Like so. So this is a unique ID for a particular instance of this. For a particular instance. Okay, just leave it at that. And then let's check that object. I did it again. It's a node. Enter tree. So call when the node enters the scene tree. And then ready is called after. Yes, so I want enter tree for this node. And what we'll do, I'm going to do say this. I can't do that. So when we get to enter tree. We want to say if UUID. So if one of these hasn't been assigned, in other words, if we make one in the game, yeah, if we make one of these in the game, so, and we add it, if it doesn't have a UID, then we want to say UUID equals manager.data dot oh, not manager, I'm sorry, I'm in data. It's get UUID. So right now, if we were to run this, we would see a bunch. We also need to get rid of this. Yes, yes. If not universally unique identifier, then make one. Yes. You were pretty much right. Indeed. Very good. Let me load this again. The idea is what we'll want to do is we'll want to create these in the editor first. Why am I getting a null? What is this null? What's that null? Alright, let's just do it like this. Do I have an enter tree call somewhere else? Moon potion, no. Where's that null coming from? Oh. I'm not returning it, am I? No, I'm not. So we want to return this. That's the problem. There we are. Now we should get what we want. And we should be able to print name plus UUID. That should get us what we want. Yep. And it did. Now the trick is to produce a tool that can tell whenever one of these is put down. So if it has a UUID variable, then it should set it. Thank you. Nicely done. Thank you. I don't really want to make a plugin. I want to make just a tool. I want to use GDScript to make a tool. Basically an editor script. Here's what I want. Godot engine run code when item is placed in editor. That's all I want to do. Maybe more than it does right now. Actually, GDScript modify data save on run. I'd like to just let's say save changes on run. How about that? Probably could do the following: export. I don't remember where you specified. Is it here? So then would it save them? So let's check this. Potion, there it has a UUID, the remote. What about the local? Still null. Those are the ones that I want to save. Yeah, that didn't do what I wanted to do. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Now I wonder if could I do this tool? Or what is it? Is it extends to? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? Where did it go? Where did it go? I have one right here. Grid drawer. Tool. I just spelled it wrong. Tool. Now, what I want to know is, does it, I don't know if it does it do all this stuff? What does the tool do? What does that do? What all does it do? No, don't tell me that. Actually, it's not a singleton, it's fine. Yeah, it's not a singleton. Let's export that again. Where'd it go? Did I delete that? Silly me, I must have deleted it. I did delete it. My fault. Now we have UID, and of course these have already entered. Let me run this and see, make sure that it didn't just break a bunch of stuff. I don't think it should break anything here, but maybe it did. Maybe it did. So that's good. Yep. Okay. So now, if I bring in another potion, will it set? It did not set it. I thought it was supposed to set it. There's not a whole lot of help for this, is there? So I guess whenever you get added into the tree, even if you're a tool script, you don't get called. We have a ready here, potion, just in a knit, good, just in a knit. Where's the knit getting called? Let's check and see. init. Cooperative small and yeah, they did. You're right. They did. I may have to look at that. You are right. They did. GD Quest and Games from Scratch did do that. And now I'm off on this. This init, and I can't find where is it being called? How is it even? I got to do this real quick. Because that's weird. I remember putting it in. I don't see it getting called anywhere. It is getting called. Where? Where? Oh, is it a built-in? Is that a built-in function? Maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe a built-in function. Let's see. I believe there's a menu option to close docs. And I want to open a doc. Come on. Node. There we go. Node. Oh, I'm really puzzled. Where is that getting called? Here, click this. What? All right. So it must be part of the. I'm losing my mind here. GD script. Oh, that's right. It's the constructor function. I remember now. Okay, so that's all fine then. Which would be the perfect place to put what we want. Haha! Except you're gonna need to call the base class. Instead of enter tree, I would say something like how about that? And in our interactable, we would say generate a UUID if there isn't already one there. But then we would have to come through here and say ._init, which is just a way to call the base class of a particular item. Sword, potion. What else do we have here? And this is just pickupable. Okay, so let's see what happens then. Just I want to see if it still calls. Interactable calls it. Look at that. Why do we have duplicate ones? Doesn't. Wait a minute. I thought that I guess maybe. So if I do this, so the base class still gets called? I thought it didn't. Like it does. Three things. Now the big test is, can I drag in an interactable? It didn't do it. It didn't do it. All right. All right. Let's go back to pick upable. I'm going to take this out. So we still want enter tree. We want to generate a UUID. Generates a UUID if needed. If needed. Let's see. GD script tool one node created. That's what really I want, something that will run. Nope. Tool script. I think that's all that gets called on a tool script. I don't know that it gets all the other information. I'd like to be notified in a tool script as to when a new item was created. Let's see. That should print 3 times. It does indeed. But it doesn't print when I drag a node in like that. I do like ice cream. I like gelato. I like frozen yogurt. But gelato's good. Or maybe that would be a signal. Who does not? Yes. Yeah, I may check in that check on those 2 YouTube tutorial videos that you were talking about by Game from Scratch and GD Script. I kind of glossed over them whenever they first came out, but I have to look at it. Have to look at it, yes, of course. But I'll do that off stream so as not to bore anyone, you know. Well, I have a way to generate a UUID. I just need to be able to call that from the editor. Which maybe I can do it like that. What is it? Editor. Yeah. So we want to know if we're running in the editor, right? If we are running in the editor, do stuff. But now the player sold. The big question is, so we're deriving from interactable. Does this still get called? Print interactable ready. So again, grab a potion. Yeah, that did not work. I could say and that doesn't work either. Why didn't it get called? Try that again. Potion. Nope. Didn't work. Is it because I'm extending from an interactable which doesn't come from a tool? Let's see what happens when we do this, huh? And then we come in and we grab a sword. Nope. That certainly didn't work. Now what's that? That should be ID get, right? I think. Finding all sorts of little bugs. Setter function, getter function. So there should be a comma right here. Okay, let's abandon the tool for now. The tool idea. I'll have to go off and watch that particular video. Yeah, I'll just wait and watch that video. I'll go watch that and see if there's a way to do what I want to do. Because if I remember, he goes through and he creates a tool script to do several fairly interesting things. All right, I think we've done a decent amount of stuff today. We've improved the dialogue system a little bit. We have a decent chunk of... Still need to fix that. I may do that here in a minute. A decent chunk of the saved stuff done, I would say. Save. So I'm inclined to call it a day here. So with that, let me just say until next time. See, tomorrow is Saturday. Probably not Saturday, although, you know, who knows. But I'll try to come back on Monday. Now, if I don't do any streaming on Saturday, or if I do, well, if I don't, then I may still work on some of this stuff. Pretty interesting. Good. I'm glad. I wasn't sure. Some of this stuff you just never know, but you know. Sure, no problem. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.